What's going on, everybody? Welcome to After Prison Show, and today I want to share with you guys some really crazy prison-related news stories. You know, it's interesting because every single day there is something being reported about prison or some sort of a prison-related news story, and for the most part, probably like 99% of the time, they are damn crazy stories, just like what I'm getting ready to share with you guys in this video. Before we go any further, I do want to address a couple of things real quick. Shout out to everybody who's been checking out the After Prison Show official website, apsofficial.com. It's there where you guys can find all sorts of bonus content, bonus videos. We're going to be doing a lot with this website. And also prison-related news stories, some of which we don't ever get a chance to address via a video. I'm also thinking about incorporating something new with the website as well. Maybe a section titled, What the Hell Did I Just Watch? Where, we address certain things that you guys want to see us address. But, maybe she's about to drop some logic on us. Maybe she's about to drop some hot bars. Folks, this is a rap song. Again, I'm thinking about starting an After Prison Show record label. We'll call it Blueberry Oompa Loompa on deck. Here we go. Let's see what Shell is talking about. You look like... I don't know what you look like.
It ain't my fault. You all in your feelings, ho. It ain't my fault. Your man left the building, ho. It ain't my fault. It ain't my fault. It ain't my fault.
All right. I get that it's not your fault. Maybe like reaction videos to certain things, certain prison-related news topics. Hell, I don't know. If you guys got any suggestions, things that you would like to see more on the website, leave a comment down below and let me know. One other thing I got to address real quick. I know sometimes when I tell you guys about these news stories or tell you guys about anything in general, sometimes I don't know how to pronounce certain words. And it's not me trying to be funny trying to pronounce these words. I legitimately don't know. And I give it my best shot. I really do try to sound out the word, speak the syllables into the word, and a lot of times I don't get it correct, like quiche, which I first started pronouncing quiche. I didn't know what the heck it was, but I read 15,000 comments on a recent video telling me, Joe, it's quiche, it's not quiche. I think quiche sounds a lot better, and a lot of people were calling me dumb, amongst other things that were just absolutely heartbreaking and hurtful. So, I mentioned that to you because in this video there was a person's name that I got no idea how to pronounce. I'm going to put it on the screen when we get to that point, and you guys be the judge, but I do have a way that we are going to attempt to make sure that we pronounce this name absolutely correct. Something that I've just recently stumbled across that I think could be quite helpful moving forward here on After Prison Show. So it's with all of that being mentioned that what do you say we go ahead and dive head first. Boy, it's been a long time since we've done that. Whew, gotta breathe, Joe, gotta breathe. Into this video. North Carolina prison visitor poses as pastor to smuggle drugs to an inmate in Bible. Boy, that was a bar right there. North Carolina prison visitor poses as a pastor to smuggle drugs to an inmate in Bible. North Carolina prison visitor poses as a pastor to smuggle drugs to an inmate in Bible. Poses as a pastor to North Carolina prison visitor poses as a pastor to smuggle drugs to an inmate in Bible. Again. For those of you who don't know how to rap, I'm not all that great at it. I do like to fancy myself at times as some sort of a guy who's nice with the words. But if you want to learn to rap, sometimes all you got to do, it's not so much about making the words rhyme, as much as it is pronouncing every single individual syllable in a word. That was a bar. Cody, the diaper bag. And y'all thought I was going to say auto-tunes. A North Carolina man has been arrested for allegedly posing as a pastor in order to conceal drugs in a Bible and sneak them to a prison inmate facility, officials said Tuesday. The lengths that some people will go to in an effort to try to get contraband while they're serving time. Some people just ain't got no do-right in them whatsoever. You would imagine that when you get locked up, it might be a time for you to sit back, reflect, think about doing things a little bit differently. No. Not for every single body, and certainly not for old Joe back in the day. I probably would have been one of these type of people myself. Hey, yo, I got a brilliant plan. I'm trying to tell you, boy, I got me a brilliant plan. Here's what we gonna do. You gonna pose as a pastor. I know we going to hell for this, but unfortunately for some people, it takes them a lot of different times in and out of jail and prison before they finally get it right. I.e., perfect example, myself. James A. Mormon III. No pun intended. Mormon, Bible, religion, pastor. James A. Mormon III is accused of hiding Suboxone strips. Oh boy, you got the Suboxone in prison or jail. Oh, that's a mean hustle right there. You're going to have your commissary box full up. This guy was accused of hiding Suboxone strips inside of a Bible and pretending to be a pastor in order to get them into a Scotland County detention facility. And this guy is accused of hiding these Suboxone strips inside of a Bible, all the while posing as a pastor and trying to finagle his way in to visit a one Bryson Brown during a special visit. You know, at certain facilities, that is something that you can get, a special visit. Whether we're talking about your lawyer coming to see you, whether we're talking about the police coming to see you, and you about to give up the entire squad and team. And yo, and if it doesn't work, we could just take the whole church down. We're gonna take the whole church down. This plan has got to work. Or whether we're talking about a special religious visit from somebody like a pastor. Now, we do have pictures of both of these individuals. Here's James Mormon III, the guy that was trying to pose as a pastor, all the while trying to smuggle in this contraband. But more interesting than Mr. Mormon's photo, let's look at Bryson Brown's picture right here. And my God, what are we looking at? I mean, is this dude making the shh sound? Shh. Don't tell nobody. We gonna pull this plan off. It's so genius, it's got to work. Ain't nobody gonna be thinking about the pastor coming in here with something stuffed up in the Bible. I swear, I know I've said this already, but they're going to hell for this. You are going to hell. Shh. Don't tell nobody we going to hell. Don't be saying it. Shh. I'm wondering where they got this guy Bryson Brown's picture from. Was this his Facebook profile picture? Was this on his Facebook page? Or was this one of his prison pen pal photos? You know, because when a prisoner puts a pen pal up on whichever website, Craigslist, anywhere, even on Facebook, I've seen them. You know, they want to include the best possible, most interesting, intriguing photo of themselves that they can in an effort to try to negate the fact that they're locked up. Let's take full emphasis on the picture and we'll get past the fact that they're locked up. I mean, a picture is worth 1,000 words, folks. What exactly is Bryson Brown trying to tell us in this picture other than shh. Hey, girl, you ain't got to tell nobody. You right in a prisoner. Shh. Both Mormon, 28 years old, and Brown are charged with felony possession of a controlled substance within a prison or detention facility, felony delivery of a controlled substance to an inmate, and misdemeanor simple possession, according to the Scotland County Detectives Division. What they didn't get charged with is impersonating a pastor, a religious figure. I don't know if that's actually a charge or not, but you know, no matter what the charges that you guys have right now are, though you're going to have to face the music for these charges when you go to court, trust and believe me, at the end of the road, boy, you're going to have to answer to somebody else too. You're going to have to answer to the big man, the man upstairs. Yes, James A. Mormon III and Bryson Brown, you're finding yourself up here at the Pearl. You know, I'm not even going to sit here and even attempt to make a skit portraying myself as God. I don't feel right about that. And I'm sorry I don't have it listed right here in my information. Cody! You got to make sure I got all the facts when I'm doing these stories, Cody. I don't have it listed right here, but I do believe that I read that this Bryson Brown dude was serving time on some sort of a misdemeanor charge. Misdemeanor. We're talking about at the very most 12 months, where you do 50% of your time, you're only going to do 6 months of that. This dude had 6 months while locked up, could not leave the streets alone, could not leave the game alone. Thug life, could not. You jeopardized that misdemeanor time that you were serving, that little 6 months or 12 months at the very most, for this. And now you're facing all sorts of these big boy charges, felonies. You're gonna be doing you a whole lot more time now than you was originally doing. Was it worth it? What do y'all think? Because to me personally, I don't think it was. Let's go ahead and move on. This second story is even more crazy than the first story. Never heard anything like this before, actually. I'm lying. I think I have heard about stories like this in the past, but this is just crazy. You got a woman in the Bronx who was charged with a butt injection death, served 2 prison terms. Let me read that headline a little bit better. Woman charged in Bronx butt injection death, served 2 prison terms. I'm guessing what they're saying from this headline is that whoever this woman is who was charged in this butt injection death has already been to prison 2 prior times. A New York City woman is under arrest for allegedly administering a deadly buttocks injection, and new details are emerging about her criminal past. Now, folks, like I said at the beginning of this video, there are going to be words, names, things from time to time that I just am not sure how to pronounce. And a perfect example of that is the woman's name who was charged in this butt injection death. I'm going to put this up on the screen right here. Can anybody tell me how to pronounce this? Y'all be saying I'm dumb, illiterate, Joe, you retarded. How you got 1 million subscribers? You try to pronounce this name right here. Waleska? 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 What the f*** Waleska? 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 Haleska? What if the W is silent? See, I mean, this is crazy. Waleska. You know what? I told you I've just recently stumbled across something to help in these particular times. Special thanks to Cody. Cody put me on to this. I know you guys are probably like, Joe, you should have been doing this the whole time. Who doesn't know about that? I didn't know about this. Just wait. Ladies and gentlemen, the Google verdict.
Waleska. Waleska. Waleska.
Waleska. Call me dumb. That's what Google said. We're going with the Google Translate version. Waleska Castillo. You know what? Before we go any further, let's see what Google Translate has to say about Tekashi 6ix9ine.
Lil Jolly Rancher 69.
What? What? Google, can you say that one more time for us?
Lil Jolly Rancher 69.
Waleska Castillo faces charges of manslaughter, criminally neglect homicide, and unauthorized practice of medicine after authorities say she injected a silicone substance into the butt of a 43-year-old Philadelphia woman at an apartment in the Bronx. I don't want to sit here and make too many jokes about this because it's very unfortunate that this woman died as a result of this other woman, Waleska Castillo's stupidity. But for the love of God, like, what are you thinking? I don't know the first thing about a butt injection, implant, Botox, plastic surgery, LASIK eye surgery. I don't know the first thing when it comes to this type of stuff right here, but a silicone substance injection doesn't sound very safe at all. Maybe that's how they do these things. Maybe she watched a YouTube video and Waleska. The woman died as a result and her death was ruled a homicide last month. I hope that they give this woman Waleska. I hope they smoke her boots, they throw the book at her, they peel her wig back in the courtroom. Because folks, this is not the first time this chick has done something like this. Castillo has previous arrest and served 2 prison terms for unlicensed silicone injections and has been under investigation since the woman's death. Just like with the first story that we talked about where some people don't learn the first, second, third, 15th time. Pretty evident to say the same thing about this chick, Waleska. The New York Times reports Castillo does not have a medical license, served a year in prison in 2011 and 9 months in 2014 on charges relating to operating an illegal medical clinic. Court papers from her earlier arrest show Castillo charged $1,500 for each procedure. Are we talking about per cheek or for the whole thing? Again, I shouldn't be making no jokes about this thing, but $1,500? I don't know how much a butt implant procedure costs, but $1,500 seems pretty cheap. I want to try to wrap this up with some kind of a positive message. Don't do stupid stuff. Don't impersonate a doctor if you ain't a doctor. If you ain't licensed to give silicone injection butt implants, don't do that. If you are serving time for a misdemeanor, don't be having your homeboy, your brother, whoever, dressing up as the pastor, trying to bring you suboxone in a Bible. Because the moral of the story is in both of these cases, everybody that we've talked about here today is sitting there locked up facing all sorts of time, probably feeling dumb as a right now. What a way to start off 2019. Your name is Waleska. Hey, what you locked up for? They got me for impersonating a doctor. I mean, I'm trying to tell I was a doctor. I wanted to be a doctor. I grew up watching Doogie Howser and ER and Grey's Anatomy. I'm saying, I watched a couple of YouTube. I was a doctor out there. You want some butt implants in prison? Try like all hell in your life to avoid stupidity and stupid decisions. Not every time will you be able to do so, and there are gonna come times where you will make a dumb, bonehead, just stupid choice. But hopefully it'll be a choice or a mistake that you can learn from, move forward from, and try to do better in your own life. Hey, look, that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did so, please leave a like and a comment letting me know exactly what you thought about. As always, until next time, enjoy life, the free world, never take a moment for granted, and make the most of every day. Peace!